guys, I'm Andy and welcome to Life on a Bike with me, Andy. Right, okay, as some of you may or may not know, my two subscribers, I've been poorly. I've had a cold for the last week or so. So I've not been training properly. So what I did do back, it was a couple of weekends ago, I went to Darley Moor and videoed the crit race there because I'm interested in doing Darley Moor. Now the next race at Darley Moor is on Saturday the 25th of April. Now that gives me about sort of 4 weeks ish of training. And I need to do some training. I need to get my thumb out my arse. Need to do some decent training because I don't want to get dropped like a sack of spuds on the first lap. You know, it's not where I want to go. I have I want to my goals for Darley Moor is to to last one lap with the main group. Okay, that's my smallest goal, my limit, my that's what I want to do at least. Okay, ideally I want to last sort of half dozen laps with the main field, and if I get dropped after that, then so be it. I'm not going to pretend that I'm going to make it to the end and sprint with everyone, because I'm not going to. I know I'm going to get dropped, but it's just a question of when. So I want to last 6 laps or so until I sort of get spat out the back, and that's fine. I'm not ashamed to say that that's going to happen. I just don't want it to be on the first lap. Okay, so excuse me. What I've done is asked my personal trainer, because I have a personal trainer. His name's Roger, and I've asked Roger what I should do, and it goes like this. Hi Roger, can I call you Roger? I plan to do the crit race at Darley Moor on the April the 25th. It's a Cat 43/43 40 plus race. That's the oldies. At present I'm just recovering from a cold, but it should be okay to start training again tomorrow, but gently. Can you please advise a weekly training plan to up my FTP and to stop me being dropped on the first lap? I'm 6'3", 102 kilos, with an FTP of 263. Please help. Andy, that's me. Right, and Roger says, absolutely Andy, and yes, you can call me Roger. Let's get to the Darley Moor on April the 25th feeling sharp, confident, and not clinging on for dear life in the first lap. I like his attitude. You've got just over a month, yep, which is enough time to make a meaningful gain in FTP and sharpen those specific skills that matter in a crit or a category 4/3 40 plus crit race. Repeatability, positioning, and the ability to handle surges without detonating. Okay. Below is a weekly structure tailored to your stats, blah blah blah, and the fact that you're coming off a cold, it's progressive, realistic, and built around your existing routine of club rides, Zwift races, and structured sessions. Thanks, Roger. Excuse me. So Roger has basically said, Roger's basically said a weekly training plan, 4 to 5 weeks to Darley Moor. My goals to raise FTP, 5 to 10 watts. Well, we'll see. Improve repeatability at 120 to 150 FTP. So the real don't get dropped zone. We'll see. A lot of VCs here. Build race-specific sharpness, surges, accelerations, and corner exits. Maintain freshness so you arrive healthy and not cooked. Yeah, that's true. Right, so the weekly structure overview. Mondays. Rest for 45 minutes or 60 minutes or zone 1 to 2. I like the sound of that. The rest, yeah. Okay, so that's going to aid recovery and illness rebound. Right, Tuesday, high intensity intervals, VO2 or anaerobic. Crit race, crit survival power, that's 4. Wednesday is going to be endurance, zone 2, 60 to 90 minutes. Well, we all know the benefit of that. Thursday is sweet spot or threshold, that's FTP building, thank you. Friday is rest or 45 minutes at zone 1, keeping those legs fresh. Saturday, race specific session, so surges, repeatability. And then Sunday's a club run, zone 2, zone 3, probably zone 4, endurance and tempo. So that's the structure. Right, so the detailed weekly plan is like this. Monday, recovery. So it's 45 minutes to 60 minutes, easy. Zone 1, zone 2. So we don't need to worry about that too much. But what I've done on Zwift is I've created a low range zone 2, which is 160 watts. So it's an hour of 160 watts, and it's got a warm up and a cool down. And that's based on my FTP of 263. Okay, so that's what I've done for that. Or I could just choose a route and just cycle willy and indeed nilly. Right, Tuesday, VO2 max and anaerobic. Okay, so option A, VO2 max. If still rebuilding after illness, well, yeah. So basically it's asking me to do 5 3-minute intervals at 300 watts to 315 watts with 3-minute recoveries between. So for that one I have created, whoops, here. Is that the one? No, that's 2 minutes. Where's the one I want? It is, no, VO2 max. Right, so here it is. Yes, so what I've done for this is I've got the warm-up and then we hit a 10-minute session of 200 watts, okay? So that's basically just to warm the legs up and to get me going. Then I'm going to hit 3 minutes at 300 watts. Then I'm going to rest 150 watts for 3 minutes and then repeat that 5 times, which is, I think, yeah, 5 3-minute thing. Yeah, so that's what it's asked for. That's what I've got. It is, I can't remember how long it is, but anyway, and then I have a 5-minute cool down period. Okay, so that's what I've got, and that's for VO2 max. Okay. Option C, crit surges. Okay, this is once I'm fully healthy. So it's asking me to do 3 sets of 30 seconds at 150% FTP, which is basically around 400 watts. And then 30 seconds easy, and do that 6 times. With 3-minute rest between sets. Now for that one, crit surges. Gosh, that sounds painful. Here we, oh no, I've lost it. It's gone. Here we go. Right, here we are. So that one is crit training. So this looks quite painful, but this is what I've done. So you've got this 10-minute warm-up session. Then it goes bang, 400 watts, 30 seconds. And then 200 watts, 30 seconds. Because I think basically that's kind of what it's going to be like. It's all or nothing. It's like 200 watts and then 400 watts, 200 watts, 400 watts, and then 200 watts and 400 watts. You know, it's all or nothing. And then we've got a, what is it, a 3-minute, 150 watt ease in between. Okay. That one I kind of like the look of, and I think that's going to be quite useful. Okay, so that's your crit training for the surges. Okay. Then on Wednesday, the aerobic endurance, 60 minutes to 90 minutes, around 180 to 210. Well, I've got the mid to high range zone 2. That's at 190 watts, and I've done that for 90 minutes. You've got a bit of a warm up and a cool down as well. So that's fairly straightforward. Then Wodger has suggested sweet spot. So we've got sweet spot, which is 3 12-minute sections at sort of 230 watts, with a 5-minute rest in between each. So for that one, I've done, let me find it, bear with. So we've got sweet spot there. Okay, so we've got the usual 10-minute warm-up, a 12-minute, 230, good God, 230 watts, and then we've got 5 minutes at 150, and we do that 3 times. That, I don't like the sound. Oh, mind you, 230 watts, that's not too bad actually. That's okay. I think I might be alright with that. That's your sweet spot. Then we have threshold, and they want Wodger wants 2 15-minute sections at FTP, which is 263. So that is this one, threshold, right? 55 minutes. So basically, it's got a 10-minute warm up. Excuse me. 10-minute warm up. You've then got 15 minutes at 250 watts. You've got 10 minutes at 150 watts, and then 15 minutes at 250. So it's almost, it's almost FTP, and then you've got your warm down, your cool down, I should say. So that's the threshold. Now, depending on how I get on with all these, I may adjust them to make it easier. I may adjust them to make it harder. I don't know yet. We'll see how it is. Saturday, race simulation. Oops, let's go there. So these are over, unders and attacks. So Wodger is suggesting 3 sets of 5 minutes and 95%, immediately with 1 minute 140%. So that's an attack or something, yeah. And then 4 minutes easy. Do those 3 times, okay? With that one, where's that? That is, oh, hello. Under over attacks, here we go. So, we've got the 10-minute warm-up. We've got 5 minutes at 250 watts, followed by 1 minute at 370 watts, and then 4 minutes at 150 watts, and we're doing that 3 times. Yeah, that looks quite painful, and it's what, 46 minutes. Then we've got a 10-minute cool down. So we're going to try that as well. And now that's Saturday. Then Sunday is the club ride, and you know that all very much depends on the weather and everything else. If I can't go out on the club, then I'll do something here, you know, on Zwift or whatever. That's what I'm trying to do. It also gives me some survival tips. Okay, bear with. So number 1, positioning is everything. Okay, stay in the front third. That's easier said than done. Not on the front and not at the back. You don't want to be at the back because you get the accordion effect. As people all stop at corners, you sort of have to put your brakes on quite hard because everyone stops in front of you, and then they all go off. You're still stopping. By the time you've gone round the corner, they're all way up the road, and you've then got to accelerate quite hard to get back with them, and it's the accordion effect. So you don't want to be right at the back. Don't chase in the wind. Use wheels, shelter, and the bunch to your advantage. So keep out the wind. And Darley Moor is a very windy circuit. I can tell you that much, yes. Expect the first 5 minutes to be brutal. This is normal, everyone is suffering. I think, to be fair, for me, the whole race is going to be brutal, not just the first 5 minutes. Yeah, I anticipate myself turning myself inside out and breaking my balls and emptying my load just to keep up with them for the first lap or 2. See, when I videoed Darley Moor a week or so ago, so on the first lap someone attacked, and I'm thinking if I was there I'd be off the back, but you know, you don't know. Okay, so expect the first 5 minutes to be brutal slash a whole lot. Right, corner exits are where gaps form. There you go. So with a crit race, as you come out the corner, that's when gaps form. That's what they're saying. Because the person at the front is going to be accelerating off before you get to the corner or before you come out of the corner. So by the time you're accelerating, they are 100 yards down the road. And that's when gaps do form. So we need to be careful of that. And then 5, if you're gapped, sprint early. Don't wait until the gap is 5 bikes length, 5 bike lengths. So basically, if you're starting to, if a gap is starting to form in front of you, you're better off sprinting to keep up with them, because then you'll get back into their cover, out of the wind, into their stream. What am I trying to say? And keep out the wind anyway. So they can sort of pull you along, if you like, rather than just trying to slowly increase your power and then try and get back up to them quite slowly, because you're out in the wind more. And the chances are, if you're doing that, you're going to get dropped. So what you really need to do is act quickly. Okay, if a gap is forming, act quickly, bust your balls to sprint to get back on, and then try and relax. That's what they're saying. That's what Wodger wants me to do. Okay? Okay, and then final thoughts. You're strong. You've got a solid FTP. I like his attitude, his mental attitude. And you've got a month to sharpen the exact systems that matter. You absolutely can hold your own in this race. Thanks, Wodger. If you want, I can also build... No, don't want any more. Right, that's what I'm going to do. So I've got 4 weeks to get this sorted. I'm going to video... this so you can see what it's like to do these training courses, these training things, whatever, you know, can't think of the word, workouts. So yeah, so I'm going to record them, and then we'll see how we get on, and then I'll record the actual race as well at Darley Moor, and see how we get on, and see if I become a toaster or a chocolate teapot on the first lap and have a stroke and die, or if I can actually stay with the group for more than 1 lap. There you go. So, wish me the best of luck, and I'll see you all at the race if you're going to be there. And if not, then, well, don't. Subscribe and leave comments. What do you think of Wodger and his training? Let me know, and I'll see you at the races.